What's up, my lich slaying lychees? This is Rob from Gay Guy Plays, and today on the Daily Grind, I'm gonna give you my quick and dirty guide on the new Kuva Lich system. Now, there's definitely a lot of criticism that can be aimed at this new game mode mechanic thing that they've got going on. Definitely some bugs that need to be ironed out, and maybe a little too much RNG and grinding for my taste. But listen, I think that deserves its own video. I just want to give you guys my steps to success. So let's go ahead and jump in to step number 1, which is one that I think a lot of us have already done, but if you haven't already, make sure you finish the War Within. Just go do all of your quests, get a little progression on, finish that one, and this will become available to you. Step number 2 is find and kill a Kuva Larvae. You can find them on any level 20 plus Grineer mission. Now, me personally, I just like to go to Adaro on SANDR, that little exterminate, go in there solo, because there are a lot of times where I've jumped into other groups and other people have gotten it to spawn for them, but not me. But if I go in by myself, I know that it's gonna pop up every single time I don't have a Kuva Lich already. So I just go in there, then all of a sudden you'll hear some chatter from one of those, the thickums Kuva ladies with the sticks. I don't know what their names are, but they'll start talking about a subject. So just keep your eyes out for that chatter, and then you'll know that something is happening. And then all of a sudden they will mark on your map with the usual red enemy marker that a Kuva larvaling has spawned. Once you kill them, you'll know that it's definitely the right thing, because they'll start glowing red and they'll levitate and shit. And then after the mission is complete, you'll actually notice that next to your little Nightwave box, there'll be a little red box, and that's going to be your Kuva Lich area. So go ahead and click on that, and that will show you your Kuva Lich. It'll give you all of the information on them, such as their weaknesses, their resistances. It'll also show you what weapon they're carrying and what elemental bonus can come from it. So this is one thing that is a unconfirmed tip, but I think it's kind of it comes from a place that sounds right. It seems like the elemental bonuses that are being applied to the weapons that they're going to grant you if you vanquish them are based off of the progenitor. The progenitor is the Warframe that you killed them with. Now, I went ahead and killed my very first one with a Loki, and the element that I got as a bonus was radiation on that Dragoon. So a part of me was like, okay, Loki, irradiating, disarm, confusion, I totally get it. Mo actually went ahead and spawned his first Kuva Lich with Neja, and he ended up getting a fire-based weapon. And then one of my friends actually told me that he had used an Oberon and he got a toxin-based weapon. Maybe because it's plant life or something along those lines. So me personally, I'm trying to get my hands on a toxin Kuva correct. That's really what I'm trying to get all up in that business with. So a part of me was like, okay, well, the next one that I'm going to go ahead and do, I'm going to start with a Sarin, kill that enemy with the Sarin, and then see if I get that toxin bonus from it. So if you guys, the whole community can come together, let me know down in the comments below what progenitor you used and what elemental bonus you got from it. Maybe we can kind of compile the data, and I can do a pinned comment to give you guys a little bit of an idea as to maybe what Warframe you should use to try to get specific benefits from. So toss that down in the comments below. Help a community out. So we're already moving on to step 3, and step 3 is the biggest step of all of the steps, and this is find the kill command. So the kill command consists of 3 random Requiem mods that need to be put together in a specific order. There are 8 Requiem mods in all, so as you can see, there's a lot of RNG that can happen here, right? And they all come from Requiem relics. Speaking of RNG, now these relics drop from Kuva Siphons. So as you guys know, you can find these Kuva Siphons on usually 2 nodes that are near the Kuva Fortress. So go ahead and find them. The standard Siphons will give you a 30% chance at a random relic, and then the Kuva Floods will give you a 100% chance at a random relic if it's not bugged. It happens. But yeah, so you get these relics and you go ahead and you need to refine them a little bit, at least in my opinion. You need to refine them because it's the uncommon drop that actually has one of the 2 Requiem mods. That's what I was trying to say. So it'll actually have 2 different mods on there, and then, you know, you'll have to try to get the right roll to get the Requiem mod uncommon drop, and then you'll have to get one of those too. So like I said, a lot of RNG going on, but go ahead and make sure you outfit yourselves with as big an array of those as possible, and make sure that you continue to grind for them, because of the fact that whenever you successfully use a kill command on a Lich, so whenever you vanquish a Lich or whenever you convert that Lich, it will take off a notch from these Requiem mods. So definitely keep that as in mind. Basically, keep your stock up. So there are 2 ways to find this kill command, and I like to kind of do a mixture of the 2. The first one is to fight the thralls that are currently in the nodes of influence that your Kuva Lich is governing over. So you'll actually find them in the map, and there'll be these blobs, and you'll be able to select the mission type, which actually has your Lich's name on it, and then the mission. You'll go into these missions, and you'll find specific enemies marked on the map with like the little Kuva icon on them. So what you end up doing is you end up killing them. They have a little purpley glow on them. You kill them, and then once they're downed, you can perform a finisher on them with your Parazon. Now, that will actually give you a Requiem Murmur, and basically what you're looking at is a little disc at the top of your screen that is slowly filling. And once you've filled up that disc, it'll actually let you know what Requiem mod you need for the kill command. But it won't tell you the order. So it'll confirm, but it won't tell you the order. And it takes a decent amount of kills. I think I was seeing on the forum somewhere that they were saying like the second one took like 65 kills. So it's a lot. And you're maybe getting anywhere from, I'll say 3 to 5, maybe 8 on a standard mission. I haven't tried this on any of the extended missions because I haven't been in the mood. So legitimately just go through, just start killing all of these thralls to unlock which Requiem mods you need to use. Again, it won't tell you in order. However, I don't know if you keep doing them after you get the 3, if you'll start getting the orders, because I didn't have the patience for that. But the other thing you can do is to test out the Requiem mods yourself on the Lich. And this is where I fucked up. And this is my screen of shame, because Rob did something stupid. I was up all night last night and I just felt so dumb. So when you try to fight the Kuva Lich, it's a fairly straightforward fight. They've got shields and 3 big chunks of health. They seem to be immune to status effects, and you can see on their listing what they're weak to, what they're resistant to, and I'm sorry, rip headshots, what they can be immune to sometimes. I didn't know there were like just pure elemental immunities, but poor old Headshot, he learned about those immunities. So it's fairly straightforward. All you really have to do is, you know, knock out the shields and then work your way through their big chunks of health. So once you knock down one of the chunks of health, because like I said, there were 3, they're going to be downed, and they'll get into a finisher state very similar to the thralls that you've been fighting. Then you go and perform a finisher on them using your Parazon. And when you do that, it does this cross-check. They're like, all right, is your first mod matching up with the first line of the kill command? If it matches, then you can go ahead and continue the fight. So then you burn out the second blub of health, and then you go in and try to finish them again, and then it'll check to see if your second mod lines up with the kill command, and then the same thing goes for your third. Now, if you beat them, then what you end up doing is you get a really, really cool kind of like finisher animation, and then it asks you, do you want to vanquish them, which will give you the weapon, or you get to convert them, which will get you that kind of like stranger perk that they'll come and aid you occasionally. But if you don't kill them, what ends up happening is you attempt to perform the finisher on them, and it's like, nope, you don't have the right mod. It doesn't check out. You're not using them in the right order, and they actually end up doing a counter finisher on you. And basically, they kill you outright. There is no bleed out timer, and you have to burn one of your revives. Now, if they are under level 5, they will actually level up. And what they do is once they level up, all of their influence nodes will actually grow in difficulty. So, because Rob didn't understand certain things, my Kuva Lich actually went all the way up to level 5, which I believe is the max level currently. Now what that does is it sets all of the missions to like level 95 to 100-ish, and don't be surprised if you see like level 120s in your missions. Just putting that out there into the universe. So I was kind of excited about that because I liked it. Got to test out my melee weapons on them. But basically what ends up happening is they get tougher, the enemies that you fight get a bit tougher, all of that kind of stuff. And what happens is, when you fail, you'll actually get a little listing on the side where you see all of your Parazon stuff, and it will give you this combination of the things that you've tried previously, what's worked and what hasn't worked. You see, I thought that when they listed it, and the very, very first one was red and had a slash through it, I thought that was like a check. You got it. That's not what it means. That little slash means you did not get it right. It needs to be blue and no slash through it. So if you look at my screen, it's literally just a slash through all the first ones. I was like, oh yeah, I got the first one right. And then after I kind of unlocked one of the murmurs and I was able to see, I was like, oh, this one. I was like, wait a second. This is not right at all. And then I had to rearrange and I realized, oh my god, I wasted so much time trying to kill this Kuva Lich over and over and over again. And I kept thinking that I got the first one right and I didn't get anything right. So definitely keep that in mind. You're looking for the blues to match up and it'll list out when you got the right order. And then after that, you kind of just have to do this little puzzle element to figure out which one is the last one. Now, the way to get your Kuva Lich to spawn more is basically to just do a bunch of the thrall missions to piss them off, and you'll see a little bar growing with their like feelings meter. And basically, like, you know, the more pissed off they are at you, the more often that they're gonna end up showing up in your missions. So that's just a thing to note. I do have a little bit of a tip and trick for this too, just in case you guys are having a little bit of trouble. You don't need to fight your Kuva Lich. Keep that in mind. You can completely just avoid them, just, you know, yeet yourself out of that situation and just be like, I'm going to finish this mission. I don't need to kill you to finish this mission. I'll see you later. Bye-bye. However, one of the things that I found is that if you fight them, they tend to spawn some thralls in the map. So you can fight them, but maybe like don't fight them much. Just fight them enough to irritate them a little bit and make them spawn some thralls. And when I say spawn some thralls, this isn't like a 100% thing that I'm sure of, but it's definitely something that I noticed when I fought them, is that more thralls would spawn. So sometimes I'd like fight them, but not really fight them. I like fight them, kill a couple thralls, you know, fight them a little bit more, kill a couple more thralls. So I don't know if there is a max cap to how many you can get, but I definitely found that that was something that helped me get my murmurs together. So, you know, fight them, but don't really fight them, especially if you don't want to raise the level on your mission types. Just putting that out there, especially if you're close to maybe unlocking a new murmur. And then, of course, the final step, that was all of step 3, y'all. All of that was step 3. Just putting that out there. Step 4 is Graph it! Kidding. It is a vanquish or convert. So basically what ends up happening is you have the choice to vanquish, which, funnily enough for me, was option D. And you know I had to pick the D, right? So I was vanquishing that motherfucker. Got a really, really cool animation out of it, or you can convert them onto your side. But if you convert them onto your side, you end up not getting their weapon. Now, after you kill them, you know, finish your mission, and then you just go onto your foundry and you'll actually have it set up as pre-built. It's there for you to just pick up. If you don't have a slot, you know, you'll be asked to pick up a slot if you need one. If not, you can just claim it and it'll go directly into your inventory. Then boom, you're all set. So that is my quick and dirty guide for the new Kuva Lich system. It's not perfect. It's definitely going in the right direction. I feel like I loved having a little bit of a challenge. Also, no, these liches are cheap as fuck. I'm gonna put that out to you real quick. There are a couple of times I didn't even see this bitch coming. I like rounded a corner and they're like, here's a lich, and then boom, I'm gonna grab you by your neck and I'm gonna kill you. And I'm like, did you really? You didn't want to put invincibility modes on, but you just gonna give us insta kills. I'm like, okay, I see you, assholes. Regardless, let me know if you have your own tips and tricks. Toss those down in the comments below, as well as what progenitor gave you what elemental weapon. Toss that down there as well. We gotta help out a little bit here. Regardless, also give me some of your feelings about how you feel this system is, because maybe, you know, I'll have a little bit of a read and kind of figure out how I feel about it more with a lot of different perspectives from you guys, and I'll try to see from different points of view. Toss all that down in the comments below, and as always, love somebody, hurt nobody, and touch your body. I'll see you guys next time. Bye-bye. And tell me why my lich, the very first lich I ever made, their quirk was always hungry. That's just, is it a reflection of myself? That's just rude.